This is Stephen Platinum, your friend in wrestling with Platinum, versus AEW Rampage. This is from August 27th, 2021. Short and sweet, for sure. It's nice to have an hour, is it not? Oh, man. A little clunky. It ranged from, boy, they really gave you the full gambit of AEW, from stuff that felt ineffectual to stuff that you kind of wonder why they did it, to stuff that was absolutely beautiful and gorgeous. There was one thing that distinctly bothered me. There was an implication that we were going to hear from CM Punk and Darby in some capacity. And I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, it didn't really seem like that happened at all. It's AEW does that from time to time. They'll sort of imply something strongly or say something's going to happen, and then it just doesn't happen. And to me, that's just a very odd thing to have happen. We open with Jurassic Express against Lucha Brothers. What can I say? Phenomenal match. And, you know, you got the MVP of the NBA there marking out. You got Rey Fenix interacting with him specifically. You have Rey Fenix showing out. Jungle Boy really making his bones here. Really great stuff. The Young Bucks watching. The Lucha Brothers eventually win in a fantastic match. The Bucks kind of try to attack, but they get foiled by the still cool with each other Jurassic Express and Lucha Brothers. Very relieved that the Lucha Brothers went over here. I think they're the ones that are going to get in that cage with the Bucks and really have a match that makes you feel like part of the package that you're getting your money's worth on that pay-per-view. No offense to Jurassic Express. Surely storyline wise, if they had gotten this match, it would have made some sense. But the Lucha Brothers and Young Bucks, just from a sheer wrestling perspective, is what I absolutely want to see. Miro comes out after the commercial break with Fuego's beat up body. It really had those Lance Archer of old vibes in AEW. Then he came and he took off the mask, which got a lot of heat. And then out came Eddie Kingston, and we set up a thing betwixt them for the pay-per-view. Cool. Commercial, we come back, Tay Conti and the Bunny. A match that went 3 minutes too long. If they had trimmed 3 minutes out of this match, it would have been great. As it was, it definitely started to fall apart, and that ending had a lot of moving parts, and it was very wonky. Penelope Ford comes to the ring, takes the ref. Blade gives the knuckles to Bunny, who hits Tay Conti, but it just didn't look great when she hit her, and she gets the win. Definitely a match that I was really surprised at how good it was going, and then they just had it go too long. Commercial break, we come back, get a package showing why we're going to see Brian Cage against Hobbs. Worked for me. Then we had Mark Henry talking to Kenny Omega and Christian. Christian determined to get this piece of shit Carney thing over. Then we have the match, Kenny Omega and Brandon Cutler against Christian Cage and Frankie Kazarian. It's exactly what you think it should be. During the commercial break that they take before they really get into the match, I think it's interesting how they're promoting Dynamite now. This idea of like addressing some of the concerns that wrestling fans have of like, oh, they're too small. It's like, yeah, we're too small. This person's supposedly too small, but you got to bet on yourself. Obviously a theme that they're going to push on Dynamite, which is kind of a cool phrase, especially in light of that NXT logo that got released. That is the most hideous logo since one of TNA and Impact's ones where they had the kind of the ring in there and it had the SmackDown colors. Oh, that was hideous, but not as hideous as this NXT logo. It's awful. At the end of the day, of course, Kenny Omega bails out before he has to take the kill switch, so Brandon Cutler takes it instead. And that's our episode of Rampage. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Next week, we ought to see a whole lotta, because that'll be the go-home show for the pay-per-view and all the rest of it. But Rampage marches on. I'm sure that it will do okay. I just don't like the implication that we're promising things that we're not delivering on.